Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ric Blackwell. President Obama admits that Iran has hidden its nuclear program from the international community in the past, but the commander-in-chief thinks this time it's going to be different.
If Iran cheats, the world will know it. If we see something suspicious, we will inspect it. Iran's past efforts to weaponize its program will be addressed.
President Obama called the leaders of France, Germany, and England after delivering his remarks and thanked them for their work on this deal. Negotiators for 6 world powers, including the United States, wrapped up a framework agreement with Iran earlier today. The foreign minister for Iran says his country will reduce its centrifuges to about 6,000, down from nearly 20,000. In the meantime, House Speaker John Boehner sounding off on Twitter. He says Congress must be allowed to fully review the details of an agreement with Iran. More than 140 people died today after a terror attack at a college in Kenya where Christians were targeted. One witness says the attackers went room to room at a dormitory and asked students whether they were Muslim or Christians. Christians were shot on the spot. In New York City today, Secretary of Homeland Security Jay Johnson announces a $1.6 billion grant for law enforcement.
All for the purposes of counterterrorism and emergency response, to support the men and women of organizations like the New York City Police Department and the Fire Department.
The money will pay for programs like anti-terror surveillance cameras in urban cities throughout the country. The plan comes after federal officials arrest 2 women in New York City for allegedly plotting an attack in the United States. Prosecutors say the 2 roommates from Queens were inspired by ISIS. Here in the United States, baggage workers at an airport in Philadelphia are protesting what they call low wages.
I'm not here to play no games. I've been fighting for this for a year and I'm tired. I'm tired of fighting. They just need to give us what we deserve.
Some of the airport workers make $7.25 an hour and want their employers to give them nearly $11 an hour. That figure reflects a living wage law passed last year in Pennsylvania. Online room rental company Airbnb is the latest American company to start doing business in Cuba. It's being called the most significant expansion of U.S. business into Cuba since President Obama's December announcement to ease decades of restrictions. Airbnb has signed up more than 1,000 rental properties on the island so far. Richard Nixon's California seaside estate, once known as the Western White House, is up for sale. You can now get your hands on this home for the low price of $75 million. The pharmaceutical CEO is selling the San Clemente property after owning it for 35 years. Nixon bought the 5.5-acre site back in 1969 and wrote his memoirs there following the Watergate scandal. That's your latest update. Remember to always stay connected with us on Newsmax.com.